right now on 5 on your side at 10.
We begin with breaking news in South St. Louis. Police are investigating after a teen girl was critically injured in a shooting. This happened about 90 minutes ago. Officers responded to Pennsylvania Avenue where they found the teen. They believe the shooting happened on Merrimack Avenue. The teen was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Right now, no word on what led up to the shooting. And 5 on your side will stay on top of this breaking story. Look for updates on air, on KSDK.com, and on the 5 on your side app. Right now, a North St. Louis homeless shelter forced to turn away those in need after their heating system is targeted by crooks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. Vandals recently destroyed and stole parts of the HVAC system at Hope Nation International Church. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend reports now it's not able to offer shelter or feed the homeless tonight as temperatures begin to fall.
On Wednesday, Bishop Michael Robinson and his team of volunteers were at Hope Nation International Church preparing these cots for the homeless. But their warm church at the corner of Maffitt and Bishop P.L. Scott Avenues in North St. Louis suddenly got colder.
Inside, and I walked around the building to see what was going on. I found, something I didn't want to see.
3 weeks before Christmas.
Disappointing.
Very.
Hours before the church's outreach ministry, City Hope St. Louis was to open its doors and let unhoused people come in off the streets for a hot meal and shelter. They couldn't.
And for us not to do it, it hurts our congregation greatly.
Their annual Help the Homeless mission suddenly halted because vandals demolished the church's HVAC system on the side of their building.
It has set us back. Right now, we are set back because last night we know that there just was not enough shelter beds throughout the city.
Bishop Robinson tells me the vandals actually ripped this big wooden piece off these 2 wooden posts you see right here and then caused a heap of damage to their heating system.
Then they had to break the locks off of the cages. Some of the major components that make that operate have been taken out.
The church now temporarily turning away those they wanted to help. As for the vandals,
we forgive because we have to forgive. But you have to understand how many people's lives you impacted.
It keeps my faith strong.
So says the strong pastor who hasn't lost hope.
Never. We'll never be hopeless. Hope still remains.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Right now, they are not sure if insurance will cover the damage, which could reach $6,000. If you would like to help, look for this story in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. New tonight, the former St. Louis County police officer accused of firing gunshots and threatening people at a Kirkwood trunk or treat event will enter a plea next month. Matthew McCullough's attorney tells 5 on your side a plea hearing will take place January 6th. His trial was scheduled to begin Monday. A grand jury indicted McCullough on 15 charges last year. Today, loved ones of 16-year-old Colin Brown came together to honor his life and memory. The CBC student died after being struck by a stray bullet last month. Holden Kowicki attended Brown's service at the Cathedral Basilica.
As the sound of hymns filled the Cathedral Basilica,
I fear no evil.
The friends and family of Colin Brown gathered to celebrate the life of a teen taken too soon.
As we're trying to make sense of all this, it's tough.
At the request of Brown's family, African Americans coach Bob Jakubek delivered a eulogy fitting for the budding hockey star.
Only one name on this lineup card, and that's Colin, who we affectionately refer to as Brownie.
Described as every coach's dream,
he does everything right, leads by example, gives everything he's got.
Jakubek says one of his greatest regrets was not getting the opportunity to honor Brown as a team captain.
God apparently needs a star right defenseman. And our God is all powerful and all knowing. He's not going to make the same mistake that I made. Brownie's got a letter on his chest right now.
As he shared the story of seeing Brownie shortly before he passed away, there wasn't a dry eye.
I said, Brownie, can you give me one more shift? If you're too tired, it's okay. You've done great.
That's why his CBC teammates lined the procession to send their brother off to a sound familiar to the young hockey star.
So excited to put that purple helmet on. And now we're brothers for life, Colin.
Brown's remains were cremated, so there will be no public burial service. However, his organs were donated by his family so that he can continue to lift up the lives of others the same way he always did when he was out on the ice. Reporting at the Cathedral Basilica, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
And St. Louis police say the investigation into Brown's murder remains very active. They are calling on the community to help. Right now, multiple billboards are flashing messages along several highways displaying justice for Colin Brown and describe the shooting. Crime Stoppers increased the reward up to $25,000 for tips that lead to an arrest. The executive director of the tip line says the goal is to shine a light on this case.
It's the community that calls in with those tips that fill those pieces to the puzzle, where law enforcement can now assess a little better and hopefully make an arrest for this case.
We're told some footage has been handed over to police, but they hope to get more. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers, 866-371-TIPS. Right now, abortion access in Missouri is still undetermined. Planned Parenthood wanted to resume procedures today after the state's new constitutional amendment rolling back a near total ban took effect yesterday. Amendment 3 prevents the state from restricting abortions up to the point of viability, but does not override any state laws. A hearing was held this week to remove those restrictions. A judge has yet to announce a decision. New at 10, an outpouring of support for a Metro East first responder diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. The 40-year-old paramedic is not able to work as he undergoes treatment. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon shows us how the O'Fallon and Shiloh communities are uniting as he fights to recover.
That's why we all get into this career field, is to help other people. We don't like it when we all of a sudden become the one needing help.
It's been 2 months now since O'Fallon Shiloh EMS paramedic Ryan Hodge got the news.
He was out for a completely separate issue, and he got some blood work done, and then his doctor called him and said, hey, your labs aren't what they should be. When they did the bone biopsies, when they found out that he had the hairy cell leukemia.
Hairy cell is a form of blood cancer that basically affects the red blood cells. It is something that is not completely curable, but basically they can be put into remission.
The 40-year-old paramedic immediately underwent chemo, his co-workers visiting him in the hospital.
Awesome to be there for him. But it was sad. I mean, it's tough seeing somebody like that, such a good person, go through something. But he was very positive about it, so it kept all of us positive.
Because of some of the infections that we see in the ambulance and some of the other things, they didn't want him to return to work due to his immune system was going to be pretty damaged from the chemotherapy.
As his medical bills mount, his department organized a T-shirt fundraiser. More than $2,600 raised so far. Hodge has a wife and 2 young daughters at home.
Christmas is coming up.
As the sun sets over the department, a spirit of optimism is rising. Filled with hope, the beloved paramedic will be back.
He's a fighter, so I think he'll get through it.
As the strong survivor his work family knows him to be.
He said that today has been one of his best days since last spring, so he said he's feeling good.
Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
To donate towards Ryan Hodges Relief Fund, just scan the QR code that is on your screen right now. You can also contact the O'Fallon Shiloh EMS department directly. They're also organizing a gift drive to make sure his children have a Merry Christmas. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo with the weather impact forecast. Another chilly night tonight, but things are going to change.
Yes, we started out, as you know, at 17 this morning, and then, of course, at high temperature today of 41. This weekend is going to be fantastic. Much more on that coming up.
Tonight, the first ever Spirit of St. Nicholas Ball taking place on St. Nicholas Day. The nights of dinner and dancing benefits the Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of St. Louis. For more than 100 years, Catholic Charities has provided things like food, shelter, mental health services, and disaster relief, regardless of people's faith. And our very own Ann Allred is the MC. More than 600 people attended the event at the factory in Chesterfield. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is back with our weather impact forecast.
Yeah, very nice out there today, right?
It was nice. It was.
Started out cold, though. Very
yes.
Cold. So
looking forward to a little more warmth this weekend.
Yeah, how about March to April temperatures in there, especially by Sunday. Yeah, really nice stuff coming our way. So there it is, Market Street, the Arch looking fantastic. It's all lit up tonight, 34 degrees, southwest wind at 5, and that dew point 11. So that humidity is 38%. Very dry air, and boy, was it frigid for a couple of days. Now that high pressure is starting to move on to our east. We're on that back side of the high, and so we're starting to get some milder air in here. And the lake effect snow machine continues around the Great Lakes. But for us, it is clear tonight. It's mostly sunny tomorrow, but wanted to show you that lake effect snow coming in bands across New York right now. And again, south of Buffalo, Buffalo's getting a nice break. You get south of there and you get this really heavy snow to Franklinville, to Warsaw, and then another portion of New York here. Watertown, a little bit of snow, but much heavier banding happening right off the lake there, and approaching Syracuse. Eventually, Syracuse likely to get some of that snow. Tonight, for us, it's clear. We're in the 20s, which is much warmer than the past couple of mornings in the teens, even a couple of spots that flirted with 10 this morning. 55 for tomorrow, St. Louis, 56 in Kansas City. So mid-50s tomorrow, very sunny, southwest wind at 5 to 10. And then by Sunday, clouds definitely on the increase. It looks like a dry day, 61 for that high. And then as we get toward evening, a chance of rain in here. We're watching moisture down in Texas and the upper level winds carrying it our way. Most of that rain's going to be to the south around Memphis. Better chance of thunderstorms, Paducah to Memphis. But for us, a chance of showers in here by evening. And then it's really gets out of here, probably stays with us through 10 o'clock, even midnight. And then as we get into Monday morning, it really does leave the area. So potential rainfall looks like this. Probably a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain, higher amounts to the south. And the 7-day forecast. Look at this. I love to see these numbers because, what was it, yesterday we were in the 20s in the afternoon, and today 41, 55 tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 61 for Saturday or Sunday. That's our warm day. Chance of rain by Sunday evening, and then we do cool off next week, but not as cold.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for joining us at 10. Here's Corey Miller with 5 on your sideline.